saw that this man is delivering results, not activity, I think it's wrong for anybody not to support him because Nigeria is our goal.
In December of 2022, you were one of those who went to the street, and it was hashtag Harass Tinubu out of London. And there were a lot of things you said, unprintable words, that I may not be able, because of regulatory rules and all that I may not be able to say. You called the president, the then candidate of the APC, unprintable names. You say that he does stuff that are criminal. You said a lot of things about him. Have you changed your mind about what you know about him? Or what prompted, you said part of what prompted you to start supporting him. But as a man you knew before then, has it changed now?
You have to understand that I am probably the most meticulous fact finder in Nigeria. September 19th, 2022. Prior to that date, a lot of people had said President Bola Tinubu, as he then was a candidate, that he did not graduate nor attend Chicago State University. Now, what did I do? I'm sure you remember, Sheon. I did not just join them in saying that he did not go to Chicago State University. I actually physically went to Chicago State University. I went there and I verified that the man went to Chicago State University. And I was being interviewed on Harass TV, and the Harass TV interviewer, Sheon, you remember that video? He was insisting, this is even before that December protest, he was insisting that President Bola Tinubu did not attend Chicago State University. And I said, no, I had been there and I verified that he attended. So that was way back before. I think that interview was in November. I was in Peru. And then subsequently, I did the protest at Chatham House because of my party. I was a party man. My party had talked to me. We said, look, we needed to have a protest. And as a party man, I did that protest. Subsequently, we went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court invalidated everything that we did that protest for. I don't want to repeat the reason why we did that protest. You know, it had to do with a judgment in Chicago. And then we had that judgment go all the way to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court said, no, this is not what the judgment said. This is what the judgment said. And so because of that decision by the Supreme Court, I had to, just like I dropped and I, let's say I neutralized that allegation against the president, I also neutralized what we did at Chatham House. So you have to understand, everything I do follows facts.
That was not the only thing. It was not about his educational background that you were agitating about and you went to the street. There's a particular thing that you said and which you know.
Yeah, that is what I addressed. I mean, maybe you're not listening to me.
I did.
That particular issue, it stemmed from a Chicago court. And the Supreme Court, it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said the interpretation that maybe the general public, of which I was, gave it is not what it was. I mean, I could go further, although I would not like to mention it. It said that the charges and the conviction were not against the candidate, Bola Tinubu, at that time. It was against certain accounts. And just as I was